Hey, everybody, welcome back to In the Great Podcast with your host, Meadow. Y'all, did you see the Gilded Age season 3, episode 7, Excommunicated? We have so much to talk about. Okay, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. If you are new here and you like reviews, girl talk about culture, talk about controversial issues, and sometimes maybe you don't feel like you're black or white, you're somewhere in the gray. Or even if you are black or white, subscribe and make sure to comment down below. So let's get into this episode, y'all, because we have ground to cover. I acted like a plum fool. Again, spoiler alert. If you have not watched the episode, you might not want to hear this, okay? But I screamed like I found out that, a loved one has gone. Y'all, what the hell? What the heliante is going on? So let's get into it. Y'all know McAllister and his social downfall, y'all. McAllister publishes a gossip-filled tell-all that alienates New York's elite. Mrs. Astor leads a swift boycott, and society formally ostracizes him, marking his fall from high grace. Y'all, he done lost his ever-loving mind, okay? McAllister done posted this whole tell-all book where he is exposing everybody. Is bigger than any gossip column. You know, your granny, your auntie, and them, your mom and them is reading them, reading what's going on. Okay, and he doesn't give a f, y'all. He's completely unapologetic about it. He does not care. He even rose up to Mrs. Astor's house like, I mean, I said the things, girl, but I made you. I made you, ho. Okay, he didn't say that, but that's what he said, right? He was reading her for filth, y'all. He was like, your husband don't be around. He be out with the ladies. Your hypocritical ass, I made you. You can't out me from society. You are my prodigy, okay? You would be nothing without me. You would not know where the little spoon goes. You would not know what knife to cut with because you are not a part of the aristocrat or the highborn. You are not a blue blood, okay? You are just, a Mayflower settler that got lucky, took some people land, but you was nothing at home. Sorry, y'all, that's my phone ringing. Um, but yeah, he just reads her for filth. And the crazy thing, the psychoticness of it all, the delusion of it all, is like he really wants Mrs. Astor to get over it. He's like, girl, get over it. What are you talking about? Like, pour me some tea. I don't know why you told homeboy, your little, your I don't know why you told Thugnificent at the door not to let me in. Y'all, that's the butler. The butler wasn't trying to let him in. He pushed his way in. Um, and it is what it is. Like, she was like, get the hell out of my house. I don't fool with you. You're not allowed to be here. What you did was despicable. You're out of society. You feel me? And like, it was just crazy because he was really just kind of like, um, he kind of was just like, girl, get over it. He crazy as hell, y'all. He's crazy. So anywho, and you know what? Like, I totally get it. Why would anybody want to be his friend or be cool with him? This is somebody that you trusted, that was in your circle, and that just wrote a book and made a lot of money and told all business. But he does eventually go to Mrs. Russell, and like Mrs. Astor's all like, oh, I can't do the ball, I can't do the end of the season ball because I have a lot going on. My daughter out here embarrassing me, child. Okay. And I can't really hold the ball because that means I have to alienate her. Just a whole bunch of hoopla. So, of course, Mrs. Russell would love to take the ball off her hands. And he goes and chit chats with Mrs. Russell and tries to weasel his way in there. But Mrs. Russell's like, I don't have that much power. The only thing I think I can do is, make the whole divorcee issue with like banning women who are getting divorced or who's been alienated by their husbands to bring them back into society. But we shall see how that goes. Moving right along. And let me see if I got a little clip here. See if I can show y'all what's going on.
book as you requested, madam.
Thank you, Judge.
Can I get you anything else?
No, thank you. Good Lord.
Your tea, madam.
I think I may need something stronger, Mason.
Here it is, ma'am.
Ah, thank you, Armstrong.
Yes, ma'am. Though I'm not sure you'll be grateful after you've read it. What's wrong now, Mother?
Everything.
No.
McAllister's book ridicules society and will wreak havoc for the lot of us.
You've read it then?
Of course not. Don't waste your time, Lena. I've read it. Twice. And I'm sure you
Okay, so I don't want to show too much of that because y'all know they are quick to copyright you. But let's move on. So that's the whole thing with Mr. McAllister. But we're gonna move on to Oscar's grief and poor Oscar. Child. Y'all know Oscar is grieving John Adams, the tragic death. You know, homeboy got ran over by horse and carriage. Okay, it was really effed up. Okay, he's struggling. He's really struggling, and his grief raises suspicions. Okay, especially from Aunt Agnes. You know, though Marian and Aunt Ada offer some support. But my thing is, listen, okay. So you know how thoroughly Aunt Agnes is, and she likes to poke the bear. She's literally probably my favorite character. I love it. She's very New York. All right. Um, but I think she has great character and integrity. But the point is, y'all know this the late 1800s. Okay. Being gay wasn't even okay until really like the 80s. And even then, it depends on what area of America you lived in, your family background. There's a lot of nuance to it, but it just wasn't okay. It wasn't okay. Okay. You were seen as like you had leprosy. Okay. But you know, he's that was the love of his life, y'all. The love of his life. So we're gonna watch a little clip. Let me see if I can find one um of how Oscar's doing. Okay.
Is something wrong?
No, nothing's wrong.
Why do you all keep asking me that every single blessed day?
Snap it, Your Honor.
We just want to know how you're managing after the loss of your friend.
I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine. In fact, my friend John Adams, by dying, has made me a homeowner.
What? I don't understand.
He left a cottage to his sister, Mrs. Bell, but she has no use for it, so she's given it to me.
But isn't that rather odd?
Where is this cottage?
Livingston Manor, with a view of Hunter Lake.
Settled by my mother's family in 1750. Is that why she gave it to you?
I don't think so.
Well, then why would she do such a thing? You're not family.
Well, I suppose she knew John and I were friends, but I agree it seems odd that he gave more to me dead than when he was alive.
Oh, don't be macabre.
How should I be, Mama? I can't be too sad, but I can't be too cheerful. I'm sure you don't want to hear that I miss him. You know, I sat in the back row of his funeral like a stranger who walked in to get out of the rain when I should have taken my rightful...
Oscar?
Oh, Oscar, what is all of this about?
Now cut the cap. Agnes, you know what this is about. You know that boy is a homosexual. He's a goddamn homosexual. Okay? You know that. Y'all cannot convince me that Aunt Agnes, Aunt Aggie, Aunt Aggravation doesn't know that her one and only child who wears sunglasses and isn't married is a gay man. Okay. Now I understand that it is horrid to talk about out loud, but she knows, y'all. I know that she knows. Anyways, the point is, after he has this, he kind of crashes out on everybody. He lashes out and he's grieving. He goes upstairs and Marian comforts him. And he's all like they don't say it, but they say it. You know what I mean? They're having that passive aggressive kind of conversation, but not really, still kind of aggressive. And he's just like, if you really knew, the type of man I was or what I was engaged in, you can never look at me again. And Marian's like, that's not true. I don't quite understand what's going on with you, but I think I have an idea of what's going on with you, and I'd love you regardless. So, that was beautiful. He's still supportive, but Marian is getting, let me get to Marian. Marian is really getting on my damn nerves. She's really getting on my nerves. She's aggravating the hell out of me. Because in my opinion, she just did too much with Larry, but I just feel like she picks and chooses who she feels like to have a level of empathy for. And I don't know. She's just so pious, and like I get it because of the time frame, but like it's very weird because I don't know if y'all remember, but Marian gave Aunt Agnes so much grief for being so pious and telling her who to marry and stick up her nose to, and these people are that, and those people are that, and blah, 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 blah. Oh, also, Aunt Ada puts Marian in her place because Marian is like talking mad-ish, and she's like, I'm just going to be a spinster because I can't be with a man who goes to places of ill repute. And Aunt Ada's like, bitch. No, she didn't say that, but she like, little girl, you are an ungrateful fool. Like it's better to love to like not have loved at all. So she kind of schools her on, how miserable it is to be a spinster, to be lonely and to not have someone to share your life with, and that it wasn't really a choice for her. But in both cases, even after she lost her husband, she didn't choose to lose her husband. But yeah, she kind of brings Marian back to reality, back into perspective. But moving on, we gotta talk about Gladys. Oh, I love sweet Gladys. I love Gladys so much. Y'all know Gladys is in England and she's bonding with Hector, y'all. They're like walking through the grass. They're walking through the gardens with each other. And y'all know Big Daddy Russell, aka Daddy Warbucks, is having some issue with payment because he's stretched quite thin. And he lets Hector know through mail that he might not be able to pay for the payments he's sending to them for Gladys might be late or it might not come at all. And Hector's like, man, I don't really give a damn because I really fuck with you, Gladys. Like he didn't say that, but that's what he said. He was like, I really mess with you. Like I really like you really kind of cute, and you know what I'm saying, I really don't care if I get the money or not because I kind of like you a little bit. He didn't say that, but that's how he's treating her. They're walking through the garden. She says she likes a certain type of flower. He has those flowers put in her room. She goes to her room and she sees the flowers and can't believe it. And he also mentions a dress that she wore to the opera. And she was smitten at the fact that he even remembered what she wore. So they are liking each other. Okay. So anyways, they do plan on returning back to the US for a ball, child. Y'all know the end of the season ball. Okay. That her mother will be hosting. And Lady Sarah, did the chickens come home to roost? Is that what happened here? Because Lady Sarah, like Hector, I love a man who put his family in third place. He put that hoe in her place. He was like, look, me and Gladys finna go back to New York, right? Because we got a party to go to. It's finna be lit. You got to keep your ass here because I'm not taking you with me. And why don't you go check out London? Like London be popping. There's lots of stuff going on in London. You feel me? They got the latest fashions. It's like the popping ass city. We got the bread. Like just go up to London, have a good time. You heard? Um, and she was like, appalled. You know, she's just appalled. And he like pretty much said as well, like, also when we get back, why don't you just look for a new place to live? Why don't you get the fuck out? No, I'm joking, y'all. He was like, you know, I always just start looking for you a new spot, you know what I'm saying? Because it's getting kind of stuffy in the house. And Gladys, you know, she the Duchess, and you know what it is. I'm trying to get it in. Like, you know what I'm saying? She kind of cute on the eyes. She actually care about me. She trying to figure out the estates. You know what I'm saying? She the people like her. You kind of like be rubbing people the wrong way. You in my business. You kind of getting in between my bed, and I'm trying to have some babies. Maybe it's just time for you to get your own spot. Like, and that's okay. We'll come have dinner. We'll hang out. You know, Christmas parties, all that good stuff. But you got to go. I don't know where you're gonna go, but you got to get the out of here. Okay. So that was sweet, sweet, sweet satisfaction. That was very satisfying. It was good to me. I ate it up. It was really good to me, especially after the cruelty that she has exhibited towards Gladys and her people. And the crazy thing about it is, like, it didn't even have to be like that. That's the thing. Like, it didn't even have to be like that. Gladys is sweet. Like, all she had to do was show Gladys the rope. She could have probably stayed there for the rest of her life if she just would have been on chill, on ice. But she had to be the head bitch in charge. Okay, she had to tell everybody what to do, flex, you know, damn near have a emotional incestuous relationship with her brother, which was getting weird. You know, talking to Gladys's maid like ish. You know, she just did a lot. She really did a lot. And it's like, that's crazy for you to look down on somebody's rank because they were born you know, into money, but not into lineage. But at the same token, you trade your lineage for money. Mind you, y'all, she's the one who told Hector to do this whole thing. Like, I forgot to mention that from the last episode or some episodes before. Like, this wasn't even his idea. He was just like, she you know, she set this whole thing up. Go marry you a dollar princess. Look it up, y'all. Bring home the bacon, and you know, we just gonna put the puppy on the leash, and she gonna do what we tell her to do. Wrong. Not with no New Yorker, you not. Hey, you would have been better off getting you maybe a Southern Belle. No shade to the Southern Belles, but you know what I mean. Maybe a little bit easier to control, but I don't think this is, you know, that was gonna work. It didn't work out the way she thought. So, you know, at this point, it's F Lady Sarah. It's always been F Lady Sarah, because Lady Sarah's not a lady. I would exchange the lady for a different word, but moving on. Okay, so y'all know Miss André secret was exposed. It was not as climatic as I wanted it to be. Okay, y'all know they was looking for the servant out of the Russell's home to see who was snitching, who was giving the goods, telling Mr. McAllister the gossip, the tea, the coffee. And they found out that it was Miss André. They like they came up with a whole plan to follow her and have the cook follow her here and keep tabs on her there. They eventually figure out it's her. They're all waiting for her room. She walks in and they're like, hey, we know it's you. And she's like, you got me. All right, I'm cool. I'm finna get my shit and get the F up out of here. And they're like, nah, we got your stuff packed. And it's just like, why'd you do it? You know, homegirl was like, I mean, if it ain't about the money, if it ain't about the, like, she was like, the money, what, are you okay? Like, I'm a servant. I don't have any loyalty to you clucks. And you know what? I'm going to be in the gray here, and I'm going to say I'm going to play the ladder and say the unpopular opinion. I think what she did was wrong, like ethnically. I didn't mean to say ethnically, but ethically, I think she was wrong. But at the same time, like I'm like how much loyalty she's supposed to have to filthy rich people who literally live off the backs of the poorest. You know what I mean? Like how it's weird. And it's still like this in society where people have this undying loyalty to rich people who wouldn't piss on you if it was raining. It's pathetic. But anywho, it just wasn't as climactic. I just wanted it to be more dramatic. But it's okay. It was okay. Okay. I could have did or done without it. Didn't really matter. I think it actually would have been better if they would have made like what's the chubby lady? Y'all know the BBW who's always with Miss uh Astor. It would have been cool if they made somebody who was a part of the crew, like a part of the society, be the one to like, tell everyone's business. But I don't know, maybe that would have gave a little bit too much like Lady Downs from Bridgington. But anywho, going on. Peggy. Oh yeah, Peggy. Y'all, Dr. Kirkland's mother uncovers rumors about Peggy's past, including a previous unknown child and adoption. She deems Peggy unsuitable for her son, y'all. She's a harlot, a trollop, all that stuff. Lady of the night, lady in a red dress, just dramatic, y'all. Colorist ass. I forgot her name, but I just know it's Felicia Rashad, y'all. Not Felicia Rashad, the actress is colorist, but she's playing a character who's classist, elitist. Nothing wrong with a little class elitism, but colorist. And kind of represents like really the beginning of the Black Boule, and we should have a live on that and talk about that because that's an interesting topic. But going on, she casts down on Peggy's future with William, Dr. Kirkland, y'all. He fine. But he's fine for this show. But I will say that she's trying to break that up. And you know what? Peggy did try to tell Dr. Kirkland about her past, but he was like, I don't care, Peggy. I don't care. I love you. I like you. I like you, Peggy. And she was like, oh, all right. So, I don't know why he's tripping. He rolls up to the Van Ryan's residence and he's like, where Peggy? Bring Peggy outside right now. And the butler all like, man, we don't do that here. You feel me? Like everybody sleep. This is a civilized house. It's like, nah, it's an emergency. I need to talk to Peggy. Like, let me see if she up. And they kind of leave us on a cliffhanger there. What do y'all think about that? Would you marry into a family and the mama is already trash? Okay, the mama's already an issue. Okay, how would you handle that? I have my opinions on it, but moving on. Marian and Larry's fallout. I'm so tired of them. I'm so tired. I don't even want to talk about Marian. Larry returns from Arizona with copper mine findings that bring major value. Also, yeah, major value. And the couple's engagement remains broken. Y'all know Marian gave him a Dear John letter. Okay. Marian clarifies that her decision wasn't about jealousy alone, but also perceived moral and health risk attached to his Haymarket visit. Y'all, Larry rolls up on Marian at the school and it's like, you won't even tell me what the issue is. You won't even tell me what the issue is. You won't even tell me what the problem is. You at least owe me to tell me what the issue, what the problem, what the issue is. Marian is like, look, you went to a house of ill repute and you lied about it. And I can't trust you. And you was doing ill repute things. Okay. He was like, I wasn't doing nothing of ill repute. And I didn't tell you because I knew you would act like this. I am guilty of lying. I shouldn't have did that. We could work it out, but I didn't do nothing. I swear I never did nothing. I told you I didn't do anything. Would you believe that I do anything? This is insane. And Mary is gonna have to, she's gonna have to deal with it, honey. She's gonna have to deal with it. Okay. She's gonna have to own up to the way she handled this was not emotionally mature. But I'm gonna move on to the scene, George Russell, Daddy Warbucks. Larry's discovery about the Copperlands gives George a victorious, when I mean victorious, baby, a victorious edge over his rival Sage and ex-secretary lying ass. I won't even say lying because he didn't lie, but dirty ass Clay. Okay. And you know what I'm saying? Like Daddy Warbucks is flat out like, look, we got the bread, we got the money, we gonna do this, we won. Ha, you dumbass mother effer. There was mad coal, not coal, copper, whatever, in them damn lands. Your stupid ass didn't survey the land properly. We win. Ha, give me my cigar. You talking about you know where the bears' body, where the body is buried, but did you know where the copper was buried? Ha! You didn't, because you're stupid. You're dumb. That's why I fired you. You ain't shit. Why'd you try to make me your enemy? You could never make me an enemy. I'm that, you know? So Clay gets fired on the spot, and this mother effer says, I'm like a cucaracha. I don't die. I multiply. Okay. Clay is crazy. And this is crazy because I feel like I haven't heard Clay talk this much ever. We on season 3, and I think this is the most I've heard Clay really talk. So they really giving him a personality, and I don't like it, but I like it. I don't like his personality, but I like it for the show. I love it. It goes with everything. But anyways, y'all know the episode is tragically pow. George is ambushed in his office by an assassin, y'all, and the show cuts to black. Okay, leaving his uncertain fate. I think I got a little clip of it. And I'm gonna show that to y'all real quick, and we're gonna get on out of here. And we have one more episode before. No, we have one. The next episode is the finale this Sunday. Okay.
Larry's hard work too. There's a cab outside, sir. He's waiting to take you to the Union Club. Thank you, Jones. A delivery from Mr. George Russell. Thank you. I'll take that.
And bada boom, bada bang. That's the end of it. This was a terrific episode. HBO did their thing. I mean, Max did they thing? I don't know, y'all. Anyways, they did their thing. All the actors are incredible. Awesome performances. I really love the show. I forgot the director, but I do know that it was directed by a Black woman, and I think she did a terrific job. Shout out to her this episode, y'all. I will be back for the finale this week. Bye.
How can you see this is the end? Let's face the truth, it's obvious.